What we're doing here today is trying to create some momentum around climate change and what businesses can do locally here to mitigate the impact of climate change here in Reading.
The bearing of that conference was starting from a few conversations with myself and Gertrude and Colin at Crow around how can we support and educate entrepreneurs in the Thames Valley around their journey on climate change. The biggest challenge that customers say to us is around how they start their journey, or how do I develop my journey, or how do I fund my journey. And I think the purpose of today is to try and answer some of those big questions, very challenging questions, by using some real life experience with some quality speakers that we've been fortunate enough to get today to talk to us as a group.
Today I spoke about how we can recalibrate the balance between profit and planet. I think both are equally important, and we get businesses to work in more sustainable ways, but at the same time flip it around. Sustainability needs business to try and make sure that we are successful in solving the climate crisis. So recalibrating the balance is key. We need to do this hand in glove together, and not in isolation of expecting governments to make this possible, but also make sure that private sector and public sector organizations are able to drive sustainable growth for everybody.
One of the key things for NatWest, but also for the UK economy, is that SMEs play a pivotal role in the net zero transition, and SMEs also play a pivotal role in towards growth. The whole UK economy is driven by SMEs coming up with entrepreneurial solutions that actually can support the UK economy, and what we've seen is the transformations needed for the UK economy to reach our net zero target requires SMEs to think through those solutions. That is why when we were looking at what is required to meet the net zero target, we saw that it was critical within buildings, transport, agriculture to reduce its emissions. That's going to be the next step in that journey. And also with the deployment of a lot more low carbon infrastructure and a lot more low carbon generation. The types of businesses that can support that are small and medium enterprises. And the critical thing is to support them in getting the skills, the funding, and the market access to really realize that opportunity.
We want to provide people with the practical tools and resources that they need in order to, first of all, choose the right actions, because a lot of people want to act but aren't really sure about what to do, and then actually to signpost those resources where they can get funding or grants to help them actually execute and implement. What's going to catalyse us towards net zero is not the large corporates. They're doing great work and they're leading the way and it's filtering down through their supply chain, but the vast majority of businesses in the UK are SMEs, and we really want to encourage them to get behind a net zero commitment and to provide as much support as possible to help them achieve and deliver it.
Ethical Reading is delighted to be part of putting this together with NatWest, Reader, Green Park and Crow, and we're delighted with the turnout. We've managed to get over 100 attendees at the very first attempt, over 20 stalls, and we hope this will be an annual event.
I would like people to take one or two things away that they can go back to their business around how they can make a change to their business and the way they operate, whether that's through manufacturing, whether that's through how their people move, whether that's the way they source their power. And I think today we've heard about lots of different ideas around how organisations can support that, so can move forward in those areas.